Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Swati Kundra. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 14th of June. 2 soldiers killed and over 20 wounded as Pak-Afghan forces exchange fire at Torkham crossing. Prime Minister has not yet called for formal talks, says Nepal's Federal Alliance. And devotees converge on banks of river Ganga to mark Hindu festival. And now for all the details, Indian President Pranab Mukherjee has vouched for stronger business ties between India and Ghana. He is on a visit to Ghana to boost bilateral ties.
Indian President Pranab Mukherjee called for stronger cooperation between business communities of India and Ghana. He said this during a delegation-level talk between the two countries.
And for creating the appropriate investment climate, I do feel, and we are rightly, I am glad that it has been organized, that our businessmen should meet more frequently. Particular emphasis should be given, I do feel, on small and medium industries, because which has the immense potentiality of generating employment, and we have been benefited.
President Mukherjee's Ghana visit comes as the first leg of his three-nation visit aimed at strengthening bilateral ties. This is the first ever state visit by an Indian president to Ghana. India's investments in Ghana amount to nearly $3 billion in various sectors, and trade between both the countries has gone up 3 times in the last 3 years. The estimated number of Indians living in Ghana is about 10,000 persons.
Fresh border clashes between Afghan and Pakistan security forces took place at Torkham after a brief ceasefire late on Monday. Diplomatic ties between the two countries have hit a new low in wake of the incident. Heavy exchange of fire occurred between the Afghan-Pakistan border forces at Torkham hours after a ceasefire was reached upon by both the sides. One Afghan soldier has been killed and over a dozen people wounded in the clash so far. Casualty was also reported from the Pakistan side, with one army major reportedly killed and nearly 20 people are said to have been injured. The gunfight erupted after Pakistani military troops tried to erect a new installation in what is known as Zero Point at the border, sources said. Pakistan summoned Afghan envoy in Islamabad to lodge its protest over the firing incident. Afghan Foreign Ministry too reacted by summoning Pakistan envoy in Kabul to register protest over the incident. The Torkham border, located at the Durand Line, became a bone of contention between the two neighbors when Pakistani security forces closed the gate last month, irking the Afghan forces. Thousands of Afghans travel to Pakistan through this border, crossing for medical help, family visit and business. Traveling along the highways has become a risky job for Afghans. With a spate of kidnappings happening on the road, residents in Afghanistan are panic-stricken. A report.
Anxious passengers at a bus stop in Kabul are gearing up to head toward their destinations. And those heading north to Kunduz will have to pass through an area where just a few days ago suspected Taliban insurgents kidnapped 50 people from a bus and a car. Traveling along the highway has become fraught with risks in Afghanistan, and the fear is visible among the residents. Since the end of May, more than 200 people have been reported kidnapped and at least 21 murdered in northern and eastern Afghanistan. This comes as the security checkpoints have been made fewer, making road travel in the country increasingly dangerous, with insurgents capitalizing on the reduced security to free up police and soldiers to go after the Taliban. Travelling along the highways has become increasingly dangerous, with insurgents capitalizing on the reduced security.
The Federal Alliance in Nepal has refuted claims that Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has called for talks with the agitating parties. The alliance has been protesting against the new constitution that was adopted last year. The Federal Alliance, which includes United Democratic Madhesi Front, said that the Prime Minister has not corresponded with it for formal talks. This comes after Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, during a public meeting on Sunday, said that he had just signed on the paper addressed to the alliance urging the agitating parties for talks. The Federal Alliance, however, denied receiving any such paper.
कहीं अन्त्य पुग्यो होला गठबन्धनको नाममा कुनै चिठी आएको छैन उनीहरुलाई चिठी आएको छैन त्यति भनेपछि अरु बाँकी भन्नै परेन.
Leaders and activists of the Federal Alliance, a coalition of 28 major political parties, have been sitting on a relay hunger strike since last week against the government over the new constitution that was promulgated last September. They are demanding provisions for proportional representation and rewriting of the constitution. Artists around the world are paying tribute to the victims of the devastating Orlando nightclub shooting. A sand artist in India paid tribute to the victims with a sculpture on the shore of Puri beach in the country's eastern Odisha province.
Renowned Indian sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik paid tribute to the victims of the Orlando club attack by carving a huge sand structure on a beach in Puri city. The artist's sculpture read "One World, One Message, End Terrorism" on the 5 feet high sand sculpture. Tourists gather at the beach to watch the sculpture being created. The deadliest mass shooting to take place on American soil has left 50 people dead, including gunman Omar Martin at a gay nightclub in Orlando. The world has reacted to the senseless tragedy with shock and grief, holding vigils and offering artistic tributes to the victims.
India's northern Uttar Pradesh province is not just a famous tourist destination, but is also known for its rich cultural heritage, traditions and festivals. Ganga Dashera festival is one of the most popular festivals of the province.
Thousands of Hindus took holy dip in river Ganga on Tuesday on the occasion of Ganga Dashera. The 10-day festival marks the descent of river goddess Ganga to the earth. The festival is being celebrated with much fervour in temple towns of Varanasi, Haridwar and Gurmukteshwar, where priests perform rituals on the banks of the river and devotees seek blessings by bathing in the river. Legend holds that Ganga was gifted to mankind in response to the great penance undertaken by King Bhagirath, who prayed for Ganga to descend onto the parched earth and bring life.
आज के दिन माँ गंगा स्वर्ग से उतरकर मृत्यलोक में आई हैं। यहाँ आकर राजा भगीरथ के 60,000 पुरखों को मुक्ति दी है। आज के दिन गंगा स्नान करने से अनेक जन्मों का पाप नष्ट होता है और सद्गति को आत्मी प्राप्त होता है।
Every year, pilgrims from across the country take part in the festival and bathe in the holy river in large numbers.
इतिहास ये कहता है कि गंगा जी आज की दिवस पर धरती पर आई थी और भगीरथ जी उसे लेकर आए थे, तो शिव जी की जटाओं में शिव जी ने उसे धारण किया और धरती पर लेकर आए थे। इसीलिए आज के दिन का बहुत महत्व है। गंगा दशहरा के रूप में हम इसे मनाते हैं।
River Ganga is considered the most holy and sacred river in India. And the Ganga Dashera festival reflects the variety of rich cultural heritage of India.
Markets across the world are flooded with a variety of dates in the holy month of Ramadan. Dates are used by Muslims to break the fast during this holy month. In India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, the sale of date palms skyrockets during this period.
Dates are one of the most sought after fruits during Ramadan. According to a tradition, Prophet Muhammad recommended Muslims to break their fast during Ramadan with dates. Besides being wonderfully delicious in taste, this fruit also has essential nutrients, vitamins and minerals. Markets in capital Srinagar city are flooded with different varieties of dates imported from Saudi Arabia, Pakistan and Afghanistan. For traders, it is a good opportunity to make quick money.
इसमें लगता है जितना 11 महीने में नहीं निकलता है इतना इस महीने में निकलता है। मतलब इस महीने में बहुत प्रोडक्शन मतलब खजूर की बहुत चलती है इस टाइम। मैक्सिमम अगर 11 महीने में 1000 पेटी तो इस महीने में कम से कम 10,000 पेटी चलती है।
Dates are rich in potassium, fiber and protein which make them a great option for consumption after a day-long fast.
खजूर है हमारे लिए मतलब डेट पाम जो हमारे लिए है ये बिल्कुल बढ़िया है, हमारे स्टमक के लिए भी बढ़िया है। अगर हम साइंटिफिकली हम देख सकते हैं मतलब ये बढ़िया है हमारे लिए। और हम जब इससे इफ्तार करते हैं तो जो हमारी मतलब रोज़ा जो हम रखते हैं तो जो हमारी भूख भी होती है तो अच्छे से मिट जाती है।
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar during which Muslims do not consume food or water from dawn till dusk. They start their day with sehri, a pre-dawn meal, and end it with iftar in the evening. Dates are a quintessential fruit of Ramadan as it typically serve as appetizers before the lavish iftar.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. 2 soldiers killed and 22 wounded as Pakistan-Afghanistan forces exchange fire at Torkham crossing. Prime Minister has not yet called for formal talks, says Nepal's Federal Alliance. And devotees converge on banks of river Ganga to mark Hindu festival. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.